impromptu Prepisode stream. I'm going to be setting up the rest of this Manor sheet and then rolling all the stuff for tomorrow. Get ready to roll. Literally. All right, all the changes I'm doing to one of these sheets I need to do to the other. Also don't remember half the things that they rolled. I got a 6. I got a 7. Actually, this would be I need to make this into a conditional. That's fine. Running treasury, and this needs to be like paid lifestyle. Let's make this say, so this is the rolled lifestyle, and then the differential between these two is what you're actually paying for. And so then we'll just be like lifestyle expense. Improvement expense, maybe. This will be improvement income. Okay, so improvement income, I need other manor income, miscellaneous income. Seems weird that I have all these expenses. So like when we play the game, and we make the economics roll to see your starting lifestyle. People were like, yeah, at that point you're like, yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to be paying for poor. So then what happens? Typically you go into lifestyle like, yeah, no, I'm definitely not. I'm not going to pay. I'm going to pay for something better than that. That means I'm gonna pay for a normal lifestyle, or I'm gonna pay for a rich lifestyle. If you pay for a rich lifestyle, then you go lifestyle expense. Okay. So that is sort of the next thing. So that is what sort of starts here. Lifestyle expenses already exists because I'm a genius. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a data validation, select from a range. Oh, it didn't include the blank one. Oh, that's fine. Oh, nope. I need to lock that in. There you go. There you go. And so then if I do normal, it comes up. But somehow lifestyle expenses got stuck in this list with nothing. All right. So I think Jim went to normal. Then this will equal this plus this plus this minus this minus this minus this minus this. Hey, Carol. You know, yeah, that's true. There's definitely like a Sims component to it. I feel like if you played Traveler, it would work. In case you made some utilities. Yeah, I just give them away. I want people to play this game. Also, the core rulebook doesn't really get into a lot of this stuff. That's good. I want to play Traveler. It was like a -10. This was equaling. That was the result. Um, I don't have to record the actual roll. I can just record the finalized result. Hmm. Yeah, it's a traveler set thing. Oh. Erwin lost the dollar because he lost that land. Um. What's his conflict result? He had a spring conflict, if I recall. Erwin was raided. That's right. He was raided by his neighbor. And what did I put in here? Nada. Because I'm switching over to the anarchy ones. Okay. Cool. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put a 5 in there. We know the result from the roll. Starting treasury. Improvement expenses. Okay. Okay. So this one is actually filled out. Winterborn Gunnet. Miscellaneous. 19. I didn't get the peasants. I think it was a 0. Oh, what I need to do actually is copy this to Cholderton's. I'm just going to put it down here. I'm going to delete this. Duplicate this. So I don't remember what this miscellaneous is, so that's fine. Delete it. Calamity notes, conflict notes. Why do I have event here? Not sure. I'm just going to leave this the same for him because I don't feel like going back and reverse engineering what the role was for him. But we do know he got a poor result. And his lifestyle is rich because we are in Colin's, which means he's spending 8. But his starting treasury was not that. His starting treasury was 25, not 8. 0 improvements. Other improvement income, 0. Other manorial income, 3. 0. Okay, so he's down to $20. For $4.96. Okay. This isn't too bad now. I feel like I've gotten a handle on the spreadsheets again. Now I can kind of just clean stuff up. All I gotta do is just format stuff. Okay. Yes, I'm feeling good about that. All right. Now let's get ready to roll. Irwin has more glory. Because Irwin has more glory, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do Irwin's stuff first. We can just stay in the winter page for now. Okay. I need to roll 2d6 for Irwin. 5 and a 5. This is for the conflict and calamity for this year. Manorial conflict, because I opened this one first. It's 5. Anarchy, pillaged. Pillaged is not good. For the type of conflict in the fate column, then roll in the property destruction table, determine the effects. No, okay. And he came in the land, stayed a while. They took whatever wasn't hidden, including some livestock, or enslaved some people, burning. And it wasn't done. Okay, so we're doing a pillaged event. Need to roll what season? Spring. Awesome. Guess we're starting with another raid. Or pillage. Let's check the manorial luck table. No result. Nothing good or bad this year for calamities. So you just pillaged in the spring. Easy enough to roll. What is... I will contextualize this later in my notes. What is this year's misfortune? 3d6 plus 5. 16. It's pretty average. Anything in my notes about... I was handling pillaging. I had to. Here's pillage. Rated. Pillaged. There's pillaged. Roll siege plus defensive value. Right. I need to put this in like... in roll 20. Conflict rules. Why does that try to fill in my name? It's super weird. If I just copy and paste this, it keeps the formatting. Oh, it does. What a god. Okay. So now this will have conflict rules. Raided. Pillaged. Here we go. So I won't know how much the... Well, we know the calamity will be... I'm in the wrong page. God damn it. Alderton. No. Yes. Okay. 497 for Chalderton. I put this in the wrong No result. Pillaged in the spring. Oh, now I know what the event is. The event's the solo event that I roll for them. That's what I do. Sorry. Oh man, I can barely remember what I do for each of these games. Okay. All right. I rolled this. This was a 16. You know the calamity is going to be 0. We're going to have to fill in what the conflict is. We don't know what the peasants thing is yet. But when you're pillaged, pretty bad. Miscellaneous. This might be something that happens in the year, and then total would equal the sum of that stuff. So let's just put this down here. Should this be... Nah, this has to be put in. But I think I can make this into a conditional... sorry, a validated table. Data validation. Select the range. Definitions. There we go. Or night. Starting treasury equals last year's entry. To infinity. Lifestyle, what we actually want to do will be set. Lifestyle improvements, all this shit will be set from there. Insert a comment to this. Already took this. Okay. Cholderton skeleton is vaguely set up. Winterborn Gunnet's manorial skeleton needs to go next. 2d6. So since I did conflict and then fortune, that's what I'll do for this one. So conflict was the 4. Bandits. So bandits is its own thing. It's not even rated or pillaged. Bandits is just bandits. I don't have any. Do I have rules for bandits? I gotta have rules for. I gotta have rules for banditry. Just control Fing through my Pendragon notes. Yeah, here it is. You just test your battle. Uh-oh. Why is this? Oh, no. Oh, God. Formatting gods have forsaken me. I don't know what happened there, but okay. That's fine. All right. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. What season do the bandits show up in? Spring. Oh, okay. And what does a 2 on the manorial luck table give me? Calamity. What season does the calamity strike? The fall. I will roll on the D100 conflicts because I find that to be more fun than the just base D20 ones, because I just have this handout that I use. Dragon expanded Manor luck. Okay. Slash R D100 19. You lose a lot of sheep this year. Lose 2d6 sheep plus 1d3 fate. Sheep herd would be unusable this year should you have had one. All right, plus 1d3 fate. Additional 2 fate. So we go over here. We do calamity. Additional 2 fate added. Hey, Arberlin. The spreadest of sheets. Okay. Open my campaign notes so y'all see. This is literally all I do. This is how I do all my games. I need the grudge clock. I'll have to see who shows up today for the grudges or this year. I need to copy over my template, my season template. This is it down here. The very bottom, 79 pages of notes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna roll a d5. 5. Brastius and the Knights of Logris show up this time. They're the ones who want money. What season do they show up in? Winter. Oh, I'm still in heading mode. Here you go. All right, so the way I'm handling tributes, the way I want to handle tributes, I think, is that um I think you should just reduce your lifestyle by one. So like if you pay a tribute, it just reduces your lifestyle by one. So whatever you roll for your stewardship is just considered one less. And so if you want to pay for living a normal life or a rich life, you just have to pay the difference. So like if you rolled poor but you paid tribute, you actually are impoverished. And so then the difference between an impoverished knight and a rich knight is like $8. So like or $10. So I think the difference there would be 10. Right, because if you were impoverished, it's 0 and oh, it's 8. Now you just have to pay $8. So you don't have to pay the. So if you're going from impoverished to rich, you don't have to pay impoverished to poor, poor to normal, normal to rich. You can just pay rich. But if you're going from normal to rich, you only have to pay the difference. So you just have to pay the difference. It's always just paying the difference. What does my sheet do when you do that shit? You gotta say anarchy. Say, so you rolled a poor and you want to do a normal. The lifestyle expense between poor and normal is not 4. This VLOOKUP shit's not going to work. It's going to look up, it has to look up the difference between these two. It has to look up it has to do a subtraction. Hey, Grant. Hey, Grant, I'm doing some fucking big brain calculus right now. All right, so this is actually going to be a sum error or sum. Or a difference, I should say. So actually what I need to do is get the number of this. Get the associated cost of this stewardship roll. Oh shit. No, actually I need to have a field for did you pay tribute or not? I need to insert one to the right and just be like final. So really, okay, so here's what I need to do. All right, okay. I need to add another one to the left of this, which means I need to add this to Winterborn Gunnet as well. I need to clear the data validation of this. I need to go pay tribute. And then I need to do I need to make a new definitions of this, of just a simple yes or no. God. I swear when I'm streaming, I type so much worse than I normally do. All right, Cholderton. Data validation. Definitions. So if you do pay a tribute, then I can't. All right, so I don't think a data validation is considered an array, so I can't like subtract one from the position. I'll just have to do this manually. That's fine. So we'll say if, okay, so I don't know how, can I just clear it? Okay, I can. Okay. So what I wanted to do was if you paid tribute and you rolled a poor knight from your stewardship roll, you're actually an impoverished knight going into stewardship. So this is like the final lifestyle result. And so I need to measure the difference between the lifestyle result expense and the lifestyle you're choosing to live as expense. And that's what comes into this field. So really, so for example, let's just put like poor knight into this shit just as an example. And let's say you are normal. So what will happen here, I need to just delete all this shit that I have in here. Okay. So I need to do look up this in the expenses table. Oh, actually, it's because let's see, the way I wanted to do it would be measuring the difference, which make it negative. And if it's negative, it's an expense. And I think I'm already adding a subtraction to it. Shit. Ah, yeah, I am. So actually, what I need to do, sorry, this isn't really part of prep. This is just, I don't know, whatever. I don't even know why I'm streaming this. It's fine. VLOOKUP. I actually need to do this lifestyle first. Measure this lifestyle and then subtract the result. And that's how I need to do it. So my other sum formula still works without having to change that. 2 minus VLOOKUP. Yo, what? Minus VLOOKUP. This, comma. I can just copy and paste that. You let me? You won't. Yeah, you probably won't let me do this, right? Shit. I have to look up Google Sheets. Can you cast a VLOOKUP result as a number? Might be able to do this with an index. Oh yeah. I think I might actually have to do this by index match. Okay. Okay. The good news is I got a number. The bad news is that it's not right. This is not 0. It should give me a result of 2. Because the difference between a normal night and a poor night is $2. So I'm trying to get normal. I'm trying to get this 4. I'm trying to basically make this thing say 4 minus 2. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so here's the first problem. It's saying it's 0. Not enough arguments. So what if we just do a sum? Hey, okay. Minus sum. Fuck. All right, so I'm getting the 4. Let me try something now. VLOOKUP. Okay. 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 So if I do sums, this is working. It's seeing both the values, and that's why it's adding them. Like if I made this an impoverished night. No, now this should be. No, okay, it's not working actually. This isn't working. This should say 6, not 8. Okay. Why is it saying definition? What the fuck? Hold on. What? Wait, what? This function is returning. What is this? I thought it said this was returning 4, which is definitely not what's supposed to be happening. Well, one thing I can do is have both of these be VLOOKUPs, and then I think I might be able to just do a thing minus thing. Like, I'm sure that made a lot of sense to anybody listening. Let's remove data validation. Wait, what? What? Hold on. What? Wait, a poor night is not that. A poor night says 2. Why? Oh no. Why is this VLOOKUP giving me the wrong result? I didn't even know that's possible. There you go. Now it's not. Now, theoretically, okay, so it does. So I can get the cell values to do it. So now, why can't I just automatically do this? Nope. It absolutely doesn't like that. Give me 2 seconds. All right, sorry about that. All right. I don't know why it's not doing it, so I'm just gonna have to do it this way. Which means I need to adjust this formula. From to make this to become Z14. All right. I don't feel like going through and making an index match and then making them subtract and spend all this time just doing like Excel calculation work. Because that feels too much like my original job. You know, it feels too much like actual labor, and I'm not doing that. So, we're just gonna do it this way, which also means that I need to update this character sheet or this manor sheet with the findings as well. So I need to be able to copy these. Jesus, how was I even doing this? Oops. God damn it. Was not ready to merge those things. I thought I was. But that's just called hubris, everybody. That is just called hubris. What do I call it over here? Final lifestyle cost. Okay. All right, we're caught up again. Slight detour from doing the actual prep. And the reason why this came up was when I was doing the Pendragon notes prep here, I realized how I want to handle grudges and paying grudges and how it just deducts from your lifestyle. And I realized I need to somehow have that be automated in this sheet. And so obviously I needed to stop what I was doing and immediately begin to automate it. Okay. God, man, this sheet looks like butt. I have to figure out how to make it cleaner. That's fine. That's fine. Let's go back to Irwin and let's roll Irwin's solo event. Or solo adventure, I should say. If you've been watching and paying attention to how I do these things, you know that sometimes I just will kind of dictate what it is, and then sometimes we turn it into an actual playing event based on how things go. I also need to look at all the NPCs and see who dies. I haven't done that yet. Let's do that first. That's kind of more important. That means I need my NPC tracker brought into the mix. We go to 497. Paste his values. Oh god, I copied over people who were dead. Made their ages go up. Oh shit. Whatever. I'm doing it. It's fine. Let's see. Let's go over to survival rolls. So Huel got a 1. I'll just mark an X. Jesus, what? What? Don't refresh. All right. Well, I posted them as values. Okay. So this is the one we're doing. I think every time I move this shit, this stuff just makes it a random thing. Like it updates it. So we're not touching it. We're not touching the survival results. This is what we got. Helid. Helid. Baby Aswin? Oh wait, no. This is no, this can't be. And why is no, wait, no, they're way old. They're too old. That doesn't even matter. They shouldn't even be being rolled in this table. But we had Elid we got a roll for. Aswin, don't worry about. Colwyn. No, we don't have to roll for Colwyn either. Because Colwyn's also a kid and they're protected. They're spawn protected, being old enough to be in service. Being pages. So it's just Helid. Sir Helid's the steward Helid is the one we need to worry about. Why do I have just a TBD druid? What is this in my notes? I have no idea who that is. Male. So their name is Ewan. Helid lost their manor. Interface, survival. 13. I think that means they're okay. Violent cause of death, male. What would it have been? 15. An infected wound. From fighting in a battle. Oh, I'm not sure what kind of battle was fought this year. What happens? Gonna put that in my notes because I don't know what else to do with it. Um, all right, sorry. Now we do the solo adventures. Back to Erwin. Erwin, solo adventures. Good fortune. He is a landed knight, so let's roll d20 plus 10. A 29. Pay $1 to get 1 population. What does a population get you? This should probably be good. I don't understand. This sounds like some Book of the Manor wizardry. Let's go into the Book of the Manor. Looking around to see where the fuck peasantry come into play. Hmm. There's something about peasants doubling. Isn't that a thing? Something about populations. Hey, Spoon. Well, I'm just gonna reroll because it's some bullshit. I don't know what this pay one Libram to get one population gets you, and I'm not seeing the benefit here. I feel like I'm just gonna rewrite this one. Not even reroll. I'm just gonna. I don't know. Do you like gain the pay one to get one population? That just doesn't sound good. Um. Theoretically, you can use that extra pop to expand fields. Oh. Yeah, if you had a workable field. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna keep it. That actually sounds interesting. When does this show up? What time of the season? What time of the year? Of course, it happens in the spring. When you're pillaged. Um, can be spent for an extra field. Wrap text, please. Okay. Winterborn Gunnets solo event. Let's see what Garrett's event is. 16, which is bad fortune. Awesome. Another D20 plus 10. 21. Owes a Jew 1d6 Libram at 20%. Oh, like a money lender, I think is what they mean. Um, how do I feel about that? Um, hungry peasants looking for a place to stay. Irwin. All right. Irwin solo event. Oh, that's sorry. That's this solo event. Garrett's solo event is that he ends up owing. 2 Librum. At 20%? Is that like, I don't know about that. That doesn't seem to fit right with the rest of the game. It's like, where would there be a money? Why would you be loan? Why would you need money loaned? Like I just don't see it. In 18, a London merchant. They didn't go to London. If anything, it would be his wife being like, "Hey, surprise." You know? I feel like Elaine would have been the one. All right, so part of me is thinking right now that one way I could do this would be actually just subtracting $1 every year from Colin without him knowing. Until Colin like, hey Colin, you realize that you should like when you once Gareth makes his own stewardship test, I can make him, and if he rolls high enough on a stewardship test or whatever, he can realize that his wife has been paying the interest on a loan. Does Gareth have a kid who's doing page stuff? Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, Elaine had to pay somebody to get in for being a page. Let's see. Tracking. Ba ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Where are the kids? Where are the children? Yeah. Do 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 do. Could be either Aswin or Glessig. Why is this dude in red? Why did I highlight him in red? Not sure. All right. No, this. Well, Elad is the marsh. There's two Elads. Elad's up here. So Elad, the actual Salisbury Marshal's up here. This is the but he's a bachelor knight. The other one's a lord. Um, this is just the upstart kid who beat Gareth. Um, I like the idea of him coming into the game again. Yeah. I'm gonna do something with him this year for sure. But what, Gareth? Uh, owes a Sarm moneylender $2. Elaine was bribing. Why were you be? Who are you bribing? For what? For your kids? Be a steward? And in my notes, I need to look up these two kids. Because I believe I've already described Garrett's kids and their inclinations. I'm pretty sure I've already done it, even though they're not in my notes. They're not in this. Sorry, I think they're in my notes, but I don't think they're in this doc. I just need his kids' names. Aswin and Glessic. Nope, not in my notes. Okay. Oh shit. All good. The thing is, if I don't remember, Colin doesn't remember either. Okay. Ooh. Guess what? We're bribing Insaram to train as a steward. The guy, I don't know the instructor person. I don't know what you would call it. Teacher hates that you picked. What's his name? The Saxon. His squire over his kid. You're like, who? I don't even fucking know who that guy is. Sigbert, right? No. Satirius Knights. Classes. Seneschal. Was it Pedrog? Gareth. People. Yeah, let me look at my notes. Maybe it was Rune. Yeah. It was Pedrog. There he is, Pedrog. All right. I am a tutor. Yo, thank you. Yeah, the tutor. That's what I'm. Yeah, thank you, Von Kel. That's exactly right. Bribing and Sarum to train as a steward. The tutor hates that you picked, Pedrog, the Saxon, as your steward. Or Acewin. Squire. Thank you, man. Oh, my brain. Okay. Cool. I don't think we're going to have an Easter. We might have an Easter feast this year. Those beetles in my brain. Okay. So, I'll come up with the poetry later. I need to have an opening scene. Probably going to be one of these. Probably is going to be rated or whatever. Both of them are getting... So, Cholderton's getting pillaged. And Winterborn Gunna gets bandits. So, looks like we're opening again on war. Bandits is just a battle, but this is the one I need the pillaged one. We're starting on pillaged. And this will be Irwin. So the opening scene would be Cauldron is a fire again. Squad of knights. Black banners. Retinues. Raid your lands. Let me do a thing where it's let's say it's Saxons, Silchesters, Salisbury, Rhydichin, Rastius, and what's his name? Siagrius. There are so many fucking S's. Oh my god, all these guys. I just didn't realize how many things start with an S. How many factions start with an S. Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's a D6. So let's see who's responsible. I'm just randomly coming up. You know, I just threw a bunch of these up on the list to see who's the one actually pillaging Irwin this year. Because I remember last game, Irwin mentioning if he could identify the people, and I want to be prepared. So it's Rhydichins. Which, we're going to hear about this year anyway, so. Rhydichin Raiders. If you remember from last session, the Rhydichins have allied themselves with Siagrius. Or, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. The rest of it, I don't know, it's more complicated than that. This is actually an anarchy event. This is actually part of the Great Pendragon campaign. Which I should probably have open. This is one of those extra events in the anarchy period time. It's called Rhydican County. And these are the usurpers. The way I'm doing it is that the usurpers have allied with the Centurion. They killed their dad, and they're basically doing it this way. I believe is how it goes. Or they're displaced or something. Because the king was busy elsewhere, the countess's lands were seized by usurpers, 3 brothers, disloyal men who were once her vassals. That's what it was. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to do too much with like the actual adventure this year. But I feel like this is going to be part of it. And that these 3 names now are going to be showing up. The Countess Rhydichin is very attractive and desirable heiress. She's worth no glory because she does not have her lands. She's a middle-aged woman, still quite pretty after all these years. Fuck. I should have thrown her. The Countess should have been in South. See, if I was a better GM, I would have thrown the Countess in the court of what's his nuts. The Duke. Right? And they should have met him at the feast. They should have met her at the feast. Orpheus, yeah. Of course, hindsight's 2020. This is why you're supposed to prep. And this is why you're supposed to prep and give yourself some time to marinate so you can like come up with those better things and go back and be like, oh, well, thank God I realized that. I can fix it. Or I can, that's a much better way than I prepped. Let's see. I actually like the idea it's these that it's these one of the three. Right. Thank you, Spoon. You're absolutely right. Yeah, just letting it ruminate in your head. This is why this is okay, so real quick. When I prep, prior to Pendragon, my prep was usually like just, an hour beforehand writing shit down. Sometimes I would just do an entirely improv night. And of course my players enjoyed it, and of course my streams were fun, and no one had a bad time. But I myself know if I prep enough, it's a better experience for everybody. I used to never feel that way. I used to just always rely on improv, and it was fine. But actually, yeah, letting you do a little bit more prep, letting it marinate, letting you think about some even more stuff. It just ties it all together. You can think of it this way. If you improv something, you leave the scaffolding. Like if you're building a building, like you end up like the game's like a story. It's a tower, and you end up leaving the scaffolding on the tower when you're building it, rather than actually like fleshing it out and letting it stand alone and look good when you're improving. Versus prep. That's kind of the difference. Is that the tower's up, it's stable, it works, it's great. It's that you can see kind of like how it was built. When you prep, all that stuff kind of gets cleaned up, right? The presentation of the game looks better if you prep, if that makes sense. The presentation, it's like that extra layer, and I'm realizing more and more how important that is. Yeah. So this is gonna be Sir Bellius. Sir Bellius, the middle brother. Yeah, exactly, Spoon. But that requires a game that lets you do that kind of shit, right? Like that requires playing a game. I couldn't think of Asswine becoming a prince and being the one coming here for the tithes, right? I couldn't have thought of that. But what happened was the roles were like, oh, this has to be the same person. Like having enough random rolls and generating to get my brain to make those connections. But like I couldn't have thought of that on my own. There's no way I'm that good of a GM. All right. Let's read about Sir Bellius. Sir Bellius is the middle brother of 3 usurpers, a relatively good-natured, easygoing lord, a notable knight of about 25 years of age. He holds Oxford Castle. Note that his income from Oxford City is spent on the upkeep as a superlative knight. Hell yeah, brother. He interviews interlopers in his field. If they're not enemies, he takes an oath from them and they will leave his holding. If the intruders are hostile, he will escort them to his brother and turn them over. His brother, Basile. Sir Basile is the eldest of the 3 usurpers, the wily, suspicious, and practical leader of his family. His normal reaction to intruders is to meet them with a large force in question. Okay. All right. So Irwin's getting pillaged. Gareth is getting raided. Or just classic bandits. Um okay. Uh Irwin's solo event. Irwin's solo event is that later on hungry peasants are looking for a place to stay. This would be like, following the raid. Let's see, a scout or yeah. Looking for raiders. A massive migrant peasants are on their way. From the north. Running out of food. Let's see. If he takes care of them, I'll have to ask him sort of why. I like the idea of people becoming more suspicious at this time and saying like, nope, fuck that, get them out of here, kick them down the road. I feel like the priest would be. What's his name? New Caradig. Let's see. Are they Logres? Yeah, they got to be Logres people. They're strangers and barely have to go around. There we go. So, Caradig is suspicious and is going to be against it. They are strangers, and we barely have enough to go around. A shepherd can only care for a certain size of flock. Besides, there may be wolves among them. This is especially apt after a raid. Being like, are we really gonna like take on more people even after being raided? That'd be interesting. Gareth owes a Sarm moneylender $2. So this would be Lady Elaine. Nope, actually, know what I'm going to do? Gareth sees Lady Elaine. To a Jewish moneylender. Up from Sarum. And here's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. If he wants to investigate further, you can. If he wants to ask her, you can. Lady Elaine. Why would his wife not tell Gareth about this? She didn't want to concern him? Here's a question. Yeah. You know, you have so much to worry about. I was just keeping this off your plate. Something I want to bring up here is, yeah. Well, I think she'll tell you it's their sire. Yeah. Oops. Hmm. That's a good enough scene. But yeah, this is pretty much how I just construct my sessions, right? Let's roll some shit for some NPCs. For example, Elad, the noon bachelor night, right? The fuck have you been up to, Elad? Let's go check. Solo adventures. Let's do some summer solo events. /RD6. Vassal duty. Okay. What about yearly events for you? So you just been doing vassal duty. Bad fortune, eh? What happened to you, my friend? $16. Hurt in an accident. Oh shit. Hurt. Hurt. Where's the hurt table? 7, which means it's probably over here. 21, 22, they're getting bigger. Hurt 7. /D6. 6, an age roll. Shit. Okay. Just a little tip. Maybe you can read that as a Jewish lender. It can hurt someone. Many things. Oh, yeah, for sure. I think I did. Garrett sees Lady Elaine. Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it won't even. It's not even like a money lender then. It's just graft. Okay, so this is like 30 minutes of session I've taken care of. Um, we're gonna have King Caradic. Hmm. Is the adventure for them to go with a retinue down to meet King Caradic? Yeah, that's what I'm reading about right now. If asked, they explain King Kurdic has been on the continent fighting against the Franks and Dane. He was in several battles in Britain when he was younger, though. Kurdic was raised in Saxony by his mother, when her husband was murdered through the magic of the wicked Merlin. Oh yeah, the Goesi were men of evil King Vertigarn. I feel like the duel has to happen. The trial for breaking the for lawfully breaking. So maybe that's the Easter feast. They have until the end of Easter. And maybe let's see. Does King Kurdic? Okay, so let me think of. Sorry, I've been kind of quiet the past 20 minutes. So I've been kind of thinking. I've just been kind of reading the Pendragon campaign and thinking about how I wanted to play this out. So we know this year, we know we need to deal with Satirius, the fate of Salisbury's claim. We know we have King Cerdic. We know we have the Rydichin usurpation. So we know we have these three things we're going to have to deal with. So, and we also need to know we have our fucking Easter feast down in Salisbury. So part of me thinks it would just be really fucking funny if everybody's at this feast. For Easter. For Easter, Statirius is here. For Easter, Kinric, the son of King Cerdic, is here. And one of the Rydichin brothers is here. No, Rydichin brothers wouldn't be here. They'd be busy. Doesn't really make sense. Hey, have fun, Von Kel. May all your 20s may all your D20s roll crits. Hey, Lycan. The Countess coming over to court, trying to court, you know, that would actually make sense, Spoon. After spending last summer oh my god, because you know what you could do, Spoon? This opens up something very interesting. Because what if the players are actually able to convince Statirius to be like, look, dude, we don't want you ruling here.
We don't want a war. You should marry the Countess. And you should deal with that shit. What if I present this as an opportunity for the Countess as a way out? Yeah, Orpheus couldn't spare anybody. This would be an interesting feast. Yeah, okay. So Cerdic isn't here. So we're still doing 2 out of 3 of them at the Easter feast. We're just not doing King Cerdic for this part. God, what am I doing? What's going on here? Why is there like a million things copied and pasted? What am I doing? Okay. Sarum. Guests. Lord Satirius. What's the Countess's name? Doesn't have a name. It says the Countess of Rydichin. So, let's make up a name. Pendragon, Kimrick, female name, go. Terowin. I need to add her to my stream tracker. I actually need to add all 3 brothers into this. Beg, Bellius, and Basili. Alive. This is technically a lord. She's technically a lord. I'm just gonna make them all lords, so I don't have to worry about them. Lord. He, her. He, him. Countess of Rydichin. Deposed at the minute. And I think I have an eligible question. Eligibility. Yes. How old is the Countess? Let's say 27. Well, Soterius would be like, that's cool. Nope. or Soterius would be like, ¿Por qué no los dos? Soterius could be like, no, I'm actually just going to take. What if I just killed your daughter and then married him anyways? What if I just kill you, take this over, and then, and become ruler of Salisbury by force, and then go marry the Countess of Redichin as well? Force you to concede the, is it a duchy? Earldom? I guess there's an earldom, right? Force the earldom by conflict to be mine legally. Beggy is 22, 25, 30. Yeah, then exactly. He'd be pretty equal to Ulfius. Mm, no, Ulfius would still run the shit out of him. He would be Statirius would be equal to Salisbury. Like, if he owned Redichan, he would be equal to Salisbury, I think. But Salisbury and Redichan, yeah, not. He wouldn't be equal to the Duke, but he would be pretty hellish strong. He would certainly be a rival or someone worthy. Technically, he works for the Duke, so really, the Duke would be benefiting from it. Let's see. Um. Yeah. Yeah. I see that. Okay. This is Terwin. Special guests this year: two Saxon princes, both Kenric and Aswine, are present. Ooh, okay. That makes sense because they're here to be like, hey, money, please. Let's talk about some gossip. Let's dish out the juicy goss. The Collegium was not able to do anything about appointing king. They're weak as they're as weak and as frail as our pigs. Less than half remain of the original 20. King Clovis of France finally was baptized. War in Cornwall. Let's say Brastius is looking to hire. King Cerdic of Wessex. Oh, we know about King. We're gonna know about King Cerdic. Okay, so this is gonna be a big feast. My summer is gonna be blank, I think, prep wise, because there's so much fucking shit that has to happen. Um, that can happen. Like we do know about Radichin Satirius and the state of Salisbury claim, Radichin usurpation. So what I need to do is by the end of Easter, what do I need to know? These are the following questions that I need answers to by the end of Easter. Um, who gets tribute? Kenrick. Eswine/Essex. All right. That's one question. Is how the tribute's getting paid. The second one we want to know is the duel of inheritance. There's to be a trial by combat over the what do you call it? What do you call it when you're betrothed? Of what's her name? Lady Jenna? Is that her name? Yeah, Lady Jenna. Betrothal, yeah. There's to be a trial by combat over the betrothal of Lady Jenna. Yeah. This is awesome. That's what made last year so much fun. I can't believe they went over to the Duke and was like, listen, Duke, you're a busy dude. Can you just help me out for this one thing here? You don't want another fight on your borders. And he's like, you know what? After, which is so funny to me because it's like literally the Raidichin selfish. Like if the Raidichin usurpation didn't happen, I'm pretty sure the Duke just would have been like, fuck off. I really don't care. But the fact that there's another usurpation and another civil war happening above him, he's like, I literally cannot be surrounded. I cannot be surrounded by civil war. This is just, I can't. Like, I need one of you all to fucking stand up. Okay, so the duel of inheritance. There's a trial of combat over the betrothal of Lady Jenna. Dufogus pledged Lord Asterius to agree to the terms. Um, there's a trial by combat isn't to the death though, right? It's till you it's till yield till someone yields, right? That could be to the death, but it could be until somebody yields. To death. What's his name's gonna fight for Satirius is not fighting this on his own, by the way. I hope y'all. Here's the thing about being a boss in the medieval times. You're not gonna fight to the death for anybody. This is gonna be what's his name? The guy we met last time. The Gygax dude. Anwar. Anwar's fighting this duel. Yeah, Sir Anwal's going to do it for him. Pretty much, Lord Satirius was like, I'm giving you all of this land. I'm doing all of this shit. Now all you have to do is just survive. Just do this one fight, and it's yours. You know? The duel of inheritance. So there's be a fight. We don't. So I needed to know how this is going to get resolved. Fate of Kenrick. I should probably put in the Countess's one. All right. So this is pretty good. These are the four major questions that I'm going to need answered by the end of next session, and this should get me through the 2 years. Oh, thank you. Thanks, G-Funk. Or 2 hours, I should say. Yeah. Hey, thanks. And speaking of which, I need to get going. I need to get ready for Oath of Endosteel. Oath of Endosteel, our next game's in about an hour, and I need to take a shower and eat something. So, it's a good place to stop. Been streaming for about 2 hours now, and prepping for about 2 hours is about the best I can do at any given point in time. I need to come up with what the opening scene and the poetry part of the game is going to be. Figure out what the grudge clock, how that's going to get updated based on what people say. But we got our good stuff. We got our opening scenes. We got spring done. We got our questions for summer and how they're gonna get started. But I really feel like this duel and shit's gonna be kind of like the big thing. But we're gonna find out all way more about it tomorrow. And I'll continue to flesh this out in the meantime. Sorry I can't stream all of my prep. So much of my prep when I play a game is just genuinely thinking about it, like in the shower and shit, you know? Just kind of like thinking about these scenes and what people would do and what it looks like in my head and coming up with kind of the words how I want to describe it. Sometimes I put that back in my notes, sometimes I don't. But generally, I use prep and I stream my prep to build the skeleton of what I can show and sort of my thought process when doing stuff. And then sort of all of the extra flourishing and things, it happens between then and the game, you know. So sometimes you've seen me kind of pivot and change things that we came up with on some streams. That's totally normal. Only because I just feel like the other way would be slightly better. But you know, this is the point of prep, right? Prep doesn't mean you're explicitly bound by it, right? Prep. This is just solo fun. The only thing you're kind of bound by is what happens actually with your friends, and even then, it's kind of negotiable based on like, hey, are you guys cool if we do this? You know, and that's what breaks the thing that you're originally bound by. At least that's my philosophy. Is that the most sacred thing to me is what happens between all three people. Because if I wanted my prep to be sacred, then I would just fucking write a book. I wouldn't be playing with Colin and Jim. I would just be writing a novel. But I'm not, and so this is what I want to do. So this seems pretty good. This is definitely enough to carry me through the rest of next session, which then I'll pick up and do fall and winter for the latter half. It might be a battle. My guess is that there's going to be a battle. Someone's going to fight someone. Either it's going to be a siege on somebody's, it's going to be a big raid somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. It might even be our Salisbury Knights doing a raid like we saw last year. All right. So thanks everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to get this VOD all dressed up and put on YouTube. Otherwise, take care and I'll see you all tomorrow, 4 p.m. for Pendragon. All right. Take care, everybody.